Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And as advertised, the heat wave and the warming trend is on. Not so much a heat wave, but the warming trend is upon us. We talked about that yesterday. Look at that beautiful shot looking down at the Wenatchee Valley from our Wenatchee Heights cross camera, our Sky-Fi Tower camera up there. And boy, those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clouds right there. That's about the only clouds there in the entire sky this afternoon. Temperatures just beautiful, right around the 70-degree mark into the lower and even mid-70s in some spots. And it's going to get warmer. But as it gets warmer, and especially as we get into Sunday, we could see the threat of wildfire. That's right. It's going to be very windy, especially in the Columbia Basin on Sunday, where we could see wind gusts between 30 and 40 miles an hour. And of course, with this warm weather, we're already below normal for precipitation. Warm, dry, and breezy, quick fire spread for this weekend, especially on Sunday. And we'll talk much more about that coming up a little bit later on in your weather forecast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. An East Wenatchee man was charged this week with first-degree child assault over injuries that hospitalized a 5-week-old baby. Animal control officers are looking for a dog that reportedly bit a passerby in the 1000 block of Cashmere Street in Wenatchee yesterday. Grant PUD reopened its boat launches and most of its 20 recreational facilities along the Columbia River at noon today. And we'll update you on the progress of the new roundabout in East Wenatchee near Costco. But first, we begin tonight. Governor Jay Inslee said this afternoon he's prepared guidelines for retail businesses to begin offering curbside sales. In addition, Inslee said landscapers will be allowed to return to work under strict guidelines. In the past 2 weeks, Inslee has eased restrictions on his stay home, stay healthy order by allowing some residential construction to resume, reopening state parks and lands, as well as lifting bans on golfing and fishing. Well, an East Wenatchee man was charged this week with first-degree child assault over injuries that hospitalized a 5-week-old baby. Douglas County deputies arrested 35-year-old Tyler Vance Metcalf after a child abuse investigation that began when the child was injured March 28 at his home on Nelson Place. Police say the baby suffered a broken shin bone, a skull fracture, and multiple broken ribs consistent with child abuse. Metcalf allegedly told investigators the child fell off a bed. Prosecutors charged him on Thursday. He remains in the Okanagan County Jail on $500,000 bail. Meanwhile, animal control officers are looking for a dog that reportedly bit a passerby in the 1000 block of Cashmere Street in Wenatchee yesterday. The man said he was walking when a brown and white dog resembling a pit bull ran from behind and bit him in the arm. The dog's owner collected the animal, but the victim said he doesn't know which house the dog and owner returned to. If you have information, call Wenatchee Valley Animal Care and Control, and that phone number is 662-9577. Grant PUD reopened its boat launches and most of its 20 recreational facilities along the Columbia River at noon today. The reopening does not include visitor centers, campgrounds, and much of Crescent Bar. The PUD shut down the boat launches and recreation areas March 27th after the state closed its parks and lands in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. The state reopened its parks on Tuesday. At Crescent Bar, the golf course, beaches, marina, and fuel services will remain closed. The PUD says those activities attract large groups of people, making it difficult to maintain safe social distancing. Most other golf courses in the state reopened on Tuesday. The PUD said only a minimal number of restroom facilities will be open at its sites. Well, in a video this morning, East Wenatchee Mayor Gerald Crawford talked with City Project Development Manager Tom Watchholder about how the roundabout project underway at Highline Drive and 3rd Street Southeast is on schedule to be completed in half the time they expected.
The original project schedule that was submitted on this, it had approximately 3 months of a duration. But because of the COVID-19 situation, we were able to give the contractor in an additional week closure due to the fewer disruptions to the motorists out there because of less people being out on the roadway. And as a result, the construction schedule went from a 3-month schedule to a month and a half.
Yeah, that's great. It'll be nice to wrap it up and have it over with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as everyone's well aware, prior to this improvement, navigating that intersection was difficult. The left turning movements associated with north and southbound Highline Drive were very difficult movements to make. So following this improvement, the level of service will be greatly increased at that intersection.
Yeah, the safety concern that we noticed there before and the amount of traffic going in, this will greatly improve that. And I think people will appreciate the safety element there and being able to make a more timely, cross that intersection more timely. So, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and one additional aspect too is prior to this improvement, there were no pedestrian crosswalks. So there will be pedestrian crosswalks along 3rd Street Southeast.
Well, safety is a priority for the city, so I'm glad that we're focused on that.
Yeah.
Coming up next, Democratic Congresswoman Kim Schreier of the 8th District and Republican Kathy McMorris Rogers of Spokane have teamed up to help surplus food move more easily. An EPA grant will help examine several Wenatchee Valley properties for possible contaminants, including the downtown Chelan County PUD headquarters. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office is reopening its public reception areas on May 11th in Wenatchee and Chelan. And the community has responded to Confluence Health's request for homemade masks, having already donated 1,067 by yesterday afternoon. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Owner Andrew Vickery brings years of experience to help you transition your backyard into a place where memories are made, family time is looked forward to, and friends are always welcome. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa offers many different styles and sizes of artesian spas, both new and used, as well as residential and commercial pool and spa services, regular maintenance and repairs, and all the chemicals required to keep your pool and spa crystal clear. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
The Sangster Motors showroom in Wenatchee continues to be closed temporarily. But did you know that if you're involved in an accident, it's still possible to buy a new vehicle? If you find yourself in that situation, reach out to Sangster Motors and they'll have someone available to help. The service department at Sangster Motors remains open in the event you need a repair. By using the latest guidelines, they can keep you and their staff safe. Pickup and drop off is easy. Call 662-6134.
We appreciate all your business. We appreciate all your support. Everybody stay healthy and God bless you.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
Welcome back. In another news, Democratic Congresswoman Kim Schreier of the 8th District and Republican Kathy McMorris Rogers of Spokane have teamed up to help surplus food move more easily from local farms to local food banks. Their Farmers Feeding Families Act would fund states and food bank services to buy from local farmers to replenish charitable supplies while taking excess produce off farmers' hands. Schreier spoke about the tactic in a press call today with fellow congressional members.
Our states know how to help us best, and I'm on the Agriculture Committee, and the other thing that I'm really working for is to get money, instead of going through the USDA in a very sluggish way to get to our farmers, to help finally get to food banks. I've asked for money to go straight to the states so that they can get that to farmers of all sizes and get that food directly to food banks. The USDA program is going to take months to roll out, and people are lining up around the block now to get food. And I think that our states can expedite that if we can get more money to them.
An EPA grant will help examine several Wenatchee Valley properties for possible contaminants, including the downtown Chelan County PUD headquarters. The Port of Chelan and Douglas counties won a $600,000 grant this week to assess the PUD property, which will soon be set aside in favor of a new headquarters in Old Station. The The assessment will look at the PUD land plus several other parcels that could soon undergo redevelopment where toxic pollutants are likely to be present. Other target sites include Rock Island's former silicon smelter, Wenatchee's Mission Street corridor, and a 300,000 square foot former cold storage warehouse. Well, the Chelan County Sheriff's Office is reopening its public reception areas May 11th in Wenatchee and Chelan. There will be social distancing signage in lobbies and hallways. The Sheriff's Office closed its public lobbies on March 18th. Sheriff Brian Burnett sent a letter to Governor Jay Inslee this week supporting County Commissioner's request to allow Chelan County to move to Phase 2 of the Governor's phased return to normal operations. The Sheriff's Office does ask that anyone not feeling well postpone their visit to their offices. The community has responded to Confluence Health's request for homemade masks, having already donated 1,067 by Thursday afternoon. Confluence put out a call last Friday for volunteers to sew 5,000 masks for patients visiting its healthcare facilities. The masks received so far are still well below the goal, but Public Information Officer Clint Strand said Confluence is thrilled with the response thus far. Confluence has posted patterns for masks on its website, confluencehealth.com, and is offering to reimburse people for the cost of materials. More information is available by calling 436-6275. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
Aging and Adult Care offers many in-home care options and services for seniors and family caregivers. But did you know they also offer free in-home delivered meals? Aging and Adult Care has expanded its program for home-delivered meals to help elderly and vulnerable adults at this challenging time. If you are in need of prepared meals or know someone who could benefit, call Aging and Adult Care for more information about free home-delivered meals. Call 509-886-0700.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Well, as we're all learning, there's 100 wrong ways to wear a protective breathing mask when you go out into public, but only one way to do it right. In tonight's feature story, Cascade Medical Center in Leavenworth asked one of their registered nurses to walk you through the best mask techniques and shared this video with us.
Rachel has the mask with just a strip of cloth and some rubber bands for the ears. And my mask is a strip of cloth that has tie-ins on the top and the bottom. So the first thing that we're going to do to put on our masks is wash our hands or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. So the basic function of a mask is there's a clean side and there's a dirty side. And Rachel's clean side is the white portion of the mask and your dirty side is the printed portion. So you have it laid out correctly on your lap there where the dirty side is down and the clean side is up. So what you want to do is take your mask, just like that, by the ear loops, place it up against your face so that the strip covers your nose and the mouth best that it can. Loop it around your ears in the back. There you go. And then adjust your mask so that the top is over your nose and the bottom is the best you can under your chin, or at least covering your mouth. There you go.
Okay.
So that looks like it fits pretty well.
Okay.
Try nodding your head up and down. Good. It doesn't move too much side to side. Looks good too.
Staying put.
So staying put, so that's great. The edges of your mask on the side look pretty close to your face, so that is also good because it will prevent droplets from coming out the sides of your mask as well.
Okay.
So that mask actually looks like it fits you really nicely.
Okay.
And then the mask that I have on now, or that I'm starting to put on, are with the ties. And how you want to put the ties on is the top tie should be placed on first, and then the bottom tie should be placed on second. So now my mask fits me well, and now my hands are clean. I'm gonna adjust it how I want it. And then I'm gonna move my head up and down, side to side, and make sure that it fits comfortable too for an extended period of time. And I can breathe easily in this so that I know that I'm gonna be safe and comfortable going into the grocery store or anywhere in the community where you feel like you're going to be within 6 feet of another person.
All right, let's take a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast as we head into the upcoming weekend. What a day today. Lots of blue sky out there as we look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our Sky-Fi Tower camera up on Wenatchee Heights. It's our cross camera, and just a beautiful day out there today. Wenatchee here, East Wenatchee on this side, and lots of blue skies above us and very mild temperatures. In fact, above normal temperatures throughout most of North Central Washington. We topped off unofficially today at 74 degrees at Pangbourne Airport. 69 is our normal high temperature. Right on the money for low temperatures this morning. 46 here in the valley, and 46 is our normal temperature. 93 our record high for the second day in a row back in 1987. Record low 35, and that was set back in 2002. Sunrise this morning 5:33, and the sun will set for this Friday night at 8:23. Boy, get outside if you have the chance tonight, that's for sure. As we take a look at our Saturday forecast, and as our weekend kicks off, this is going to be the hottest weekend that we have seen yet so far. In fact, one of the warmest days we've seen going back all the way to the 1st of September of last year. Tomorrow's highs: 83 in Moses Lake, lower 80s of Freda and Quincy. We'll be right at the 80-degree mark in Wenatchee. Also 80s for Chelan and Eniat, Omak as well. And how about the upper elevations? Lake Wenatchee, 73 degrees tomorrow. What a great place to go visit and head up to the lake there tomorrow. Let's take a look now at the surface loop for tonight. We'll begin with tonight anyway, and not a whole lot to tell you about the next 2 or 3 days. Clear skies tonight, light breezes. It will be mild with lots of clear skies all over the western United States. It's some cloudiness back into Montana where some snow fell a couple of days ago. Lewistown, Montana, 6 inches of snow on Wednesday morning. For Saturday, sunny skies, and I'll tell you what, we just talked about it, unseasonably warm, clear skies and temperatures mid-80s in the Tri-Cities. We'll see, as we just showed you, around 80 for Wenatchee, maybe lower 80s for Moses Lake. And then as we get into Sunday, we talked about this at the top of the newscast, a windy Sunday. We could see winds here in Wenatchee 10 to 20 miles an hour, 20 to 30 in the Columbia Basin, but still very mild with temperatures right around that 80-degree mark for Sunday. On Monday, still a little bit breezy. We'll see partly cloudy skies, and with those partly cloudy skies, a bit cooler. Also, scattered showers down to our south, and that's all wrapping around this area of low pressure that will slide to the north on Tuesday, and that'll bring us about a 40% chance for showers on Tuesday and cooler temperatures. It looks right now that most of the rain will stay west of the Cascades, but we'll wait and see until we get a little bit closer to next Tuesday. For Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies, and we're going to stay with about a 30% chance for scattered showers, although most of that shower activity, as you can see, is going to stay to our south and southeast, but there is a bigger storm moving in right after that, so I think by next weekend, a good chance that we'll see some rain showers. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling 7-day forecast. 51 beautiful degrees overnight tonight. How about this this weekend. 80 on Saturday, 79 Sunday. Remember, breezy to windy conditions at times on Sunday. A little breezy for Monday too, and 77, but we'll stay in the lower 70s as we cool down on Tuesday. A 40% chance of rain. We'll see about that as we get into next week. 30% chance on Wednesday, and you can see it diminishes by Thursday. Mostly cloudy and just isolated showers. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy finally Friday to you, staying home and staying healthy. Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. Well, this seemed like it was only a matter of time. The West Coast League has announced today that it is postponing its season. Bellingham announced a couple of weeks ago that it could not field a team this summer because of the closure of its stadium due to COVID. Now the West Coast League has postponed its June 5th opener, is now targeting early July for the return of baseball. In today's release, the WCL cited dour examples of moves made by local municipalities as the reason for the postponement. It said, quote, "This week, Oregon Governor Kate Brown said fans will likely not be allowed at sporting events until October. Wednesday in British Columbia, the announcement of reopening guidelines dimmed our hopes for league games north of the border. As a result of these and other governmental directives, we anticipate that the West Coast League's Bend Elks, Corvallis Knights, Kelowna Falcons, and Victoria Harbor Cats will soon join the Bellingham Bells in canceling their 2020 seasons." Meanwhile, the league's other teams continue to pursue all other options with the potential for attracting a great number of terrific collegiate-level players. That's a quote from the West Coast League. I've reached out to their commissioner, Rob Nyer. I have a video conference with him. We will bring that to you Monday here on the NCWLIFE channel. But again, the headline today, West Coast League postponing its season until at least July. Well, the NFL came out with its 2020 schedule yesterday afternoon, and the Seahawks have 4 primetime games, 3 of which at home. The season is scheduled to begin for Seattle on Sunday, September 13th at Atlanta. They'll face the Patriots on Sunday Night Football in Seattle, September 20th, then host Dallas the 27th to wrap up September. October begins on the road in Miami the 4th, then another Sunday Night Football game at home against the Vikings on the 11th. Seattle's bye week is the following week, and they'll complete October on the 25th at Arizona. Seahawks have 5 games in November, beginning the 1st at CenturyLink Field against the 49ers. Then they'll travel to Buffalo and L.A. to face the Rams before returning home the 19th to host the Cardinals on Thursday Night Football. They'll wrap up Thanksgiving weekend in Philadelphia on November 30th with Monday Night Football. On that one, Seattle has 3 home games in December, starting the 6th against the Giants, followed by the Jets on the 13th. After a trip to Washington to face the Redskins on the 20th, the Hawks will host the Rams on the 27th. Regular season ends January 3rd at San Francisco. The Seahawks also know their preseason opponents. They'll play in August and September. Just don't know the exact dates as of yet. If the schedule happens with all the COVID, you just never know. They'll start at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. Then they'll travel to Houston to take on the Texans. They'll host the Chargers and then finish up on the road against the Minnesota Vikings. Seahawks wanted to make sure that the schedule release yesterday was a special event for 12 fans out there with a very special video. Hello.
What's up? What's up, man? What it do?
Hey, Darren.
Hi, Mr. Mike Winkleman.
This is Tyler Lockett from the Seattle Seahawks.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? I see everybody. Melanie, how you doing?
Oh my goodness, hey.
I know that you've been going above and beyond, just being able to help as many people as you possibly can.
Just want to say thank you for everything you've been doing for the community. It's just huge for you to go out your way.
We can't even imagine that how you guys have been so brave.
I know we've been going through a trying time.
Trying to figure everything out day by day.
We just want to thank you and give you some season tickets for this coming year.
No way.
Yeah.
What?
We want to be able to reward you with season tickets this year for the Seahawks games.
Holy smokes.
He gets 2 season tickets for the Seahawks this year coming up.
Are you serious?
Of course. Of course.
This is amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're in for that?
I can't see your smiles.
I appreciate you guys, man, and keep up the good work too, yo.
I'm speechless.
This is like.
So what do you think?
A pair of season tickets?
What?
Oh my god.
That's like the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me.
Well, the high school leagues shuffle has been finalized now that the WIAA has completed its reclassification for the next 4-year cycle. Big Nine fans won't see any changes. The Caribou Trail League and Central Washington B Leagues will see a minor change. The Columbia Basin Big Nine remains the same with Davis, Eastmont, Eisenhower, Moses Lake, Sunnyside, Wenatchee, and West Valley. Caribou Trail League has a net zero change, still consisting of 5 schools. However, Quincy drops down from 2A to 1A to join the CTL, while Okanagan falls out from 1A to 2B to head into the Central Washington League. And here you see Okanagan joining that 2B league with Brewster, Bridgeport, Lake Roosevelt, Liberty Bell, Manson, Soap Lake, Tonasket, and Waterville, Mansfield. The Central Washington 1B league looks the same with Cascade Christian, Easton, Etiat, Moses Lake Christian, Pateros, Riverside Christian, and Wilson Creek. Well, here's a reminder of the rest of our sports schedule for the weekend. Coming up tonight, we have Apple Sox baseball against the Bellingham Bells. That's at 6:30, a game from last July. Join me for the play-by-play tonight at 6:30. The first of 2 great games of our past Saturday features girls basketball from the NCWA Showcase from December of 2017 between Rogers of Puyallup and Eastmont. That's at 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Then at 6:30 Saturday night, it's Eastmont and Sunnyside football from October of 2018. Sunday's doubleheader features Eastmont and Wenatchee volleyball from October of 2018 at 2, followed by the Wenatchee Wild and Vernon Vipers from this year's playoffs at the Town Toyota Center. Have a great weekend. Stay safe and sane. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric, and have a great weekend. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Very much, Grant. I hope everybody has a great weekend. It's been quite some time since we checked in with our good friend Tom Nees, the Executive Director of Serve Wenatchee Valley. We'll be checking in with Tom on Monday morning on this program via Skype so we can practice safe social distancing. And a quick heads up, of course, Sunday is Mother's Day. A special shout out to all of you mothers on Mother's Day from all of us here at the NCWLIFE channel. Happy birthday. We'll see you Monday. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great weekend.
Caitlin Hedersheet, the producer of the NCWLIFE magazine.
Each week, I'm bringing you a look behind the scenes of the faces, places, and events that make North Central Washington the place we call home. Tune in every weekday for an in-depth look at a new topic each week. From local artists in their studios to businesses breaking barriers that might surprise you and everything in between. Join me on the NCWLIFE magazine right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Do you have a fun or interesting video you'd like to see featured here on the NCWLIFE channel? It's easy. All you have to do is send us an email at newsphotos@ncwlife.com.